We've got book banning in 2022. I can't believe that what times we are living in. I mean, things just keep getting, the crazy just keeps building and building and building. Everything just seems to get more and more out of control, it seems. And so here you've got the woke Republican mobs just all over the United States banning books. It was a number of months ago, I think I did a video where I mentioned it, where they were burning books in like Alabama or someplace like that. It's incredible that some things are going, that in this day and age, that's what they're doing. But yeah, there is a concerted effort by Republicans to ban books, and they're banning math books. So I got a real kick out of this. A lot of things that these Republican types like Ron DeSantis were, please let him just be Italian. Hopefully he's not a Paisan. He's not a Sicilian. Let him just be Italian. Where he retaliated for the company's speech, where Republicans think that corporations are people and have free speech rights. And he's punishing them by trying to get rid of the district, which is blowing up in their face. But that's for another video. Here, what I want to focus on is I think it's a brilliant strategy, because politicians generally are hypocrites. It seems like one side now is actually far more hypocritical than the other side. It just seems it's really easy to show just how hypocritical Republicans are. You can show that with, on a lot of issues with both sides, but Republicans are just being so upfront and blatant about it that recently, with the book banning and the reasons and using the reasons why they're banning the books, is they think it's inappropriate for children. A Florida man is asking schools to ban the Bible following the state's efforts to remove books and to ban books, and how anybody could proclaim to be for law and order and free speech and the Second Amendment and ban books. I think this is great. So this is an article from NPR this week, just using their own standards. The Republicans want books banned for these particular reasons. They're inappropriate for children, and that's what he goes through. He's calling for the districts to immediately remove the Bible from the classroom, library, and any instructional material. Stevens, his name is Stevens, so there's a bonus there. Stevens wrote in documents which were shared with NPR. Additionally, I also seek the banishment of any book that references the Bible. And so he petitions, citing a bill signed into law by Governor Ron DeSantis. Again, hopefully only Italian, not Siciliano. It lets parents object to educational materials. That bill came about after some parents complained about sexually explicit books being taught in Florida schools. Well, sexually explicit books should not be necessarily taught. Not saying I'm for banning, certainly not government banning. Stevens writes, my objection to the Bible being in your public schools is based on the following 7 points offered for your learned consideration. Stevens proceeded to question whether the Bible is age appropriate, pointing to its casual references to murder, adultery, sexual immorality, and fornication. Do we really want to teach our youth about drunken orgies? So the drunken orgies reference is actually in Galatians. It's in Hosea, where in Galatians 5:21 they are talking about, depending on which version you're reading, they do talk about revelries or orgies. He also took issue with the many biblical references to rape, bestiality, cannibalism, and infanticide. In the end, if Jimmy and Susie are curious about the above, they can do what everyone else does: get a room at the Motel 6 and grab the Gideons. So that's pretty cool. And he does point out some of the things, and there's a lot in the Bible that's not age appropriate for children. Where in Psalms 137:9 they talk about smashing babies against rocks. That's one of the things that he brought up. Another thing that I would bring up too, regarding sexual immorality and things that are just plain wrong. So if you go into the story in Genesis about Lot with his daughters, before we even get to that chapter 19 in Genesis, he has already offered one of his daughters to be gang raped in the street. So that would be probably inappropriate for children also. But in chapter 19 of Genesis, they get Lot drunk and have incest. They get impregnated by their drunk father. One night, one the next night. Holy crap. That is pretty sick. Now, I understand there's a lot of symbolism in the Bible. I get that. But children being exposed to that, I thought that, so the guy's got a point. I know something from that I remember as a kid that still to this day that I have I like horror movies, is the story in the New Testament about the beheading of John the Baptist, Giovanni Battista. This is one of the picture. I'll have to put the picture. I'll have to blow the picture up. This is a picture that I know that my parents had a Bible as a kid. It was one of these illustrated Bibles. It was a very expensive Bible. It was one of those gold leaf kind of things. And they had very explicit paintings. Now, I know this is art, but this is something a 5 or 6 year old child should be seeing, is a severed head. Look at this other one, a floating head. And then you also have other graphic violence in the Bible, just the story of the crucifixion, somebody being whipped almost till, until passing out and whatnot. This is extremely violent. Is that age appropriate for children to be? Should children really be seeing pictures or paintings? Well, yeah, it's got to be age appropriate. I guess that's, to keep in line with why the books are being banned. So so that would be that the Bible would have to be one of the top books that have to be banned, because beheadings, crucifixions, stoning. They're saying it's okay to stone people because they work on Saturday. And then, of course, the incest. The incest!
Goes back here, maybe. Do you want to hop on your cousin's lap there, please?
Whoa, bumpy road ahead.
So absolutely not appropriate. And so I'm hoping that what I see that is happening, well, I guess what I see happening is not going to happen. And, the Republicans doing it just to get elected. It'll get overturned by the courts. It's just a craven way to rile up voters and get them to vote for you. Create a controversy where there isn't one. And this banning of the books and critical race theory, which isn't even taught in high school or middle school or primary school, just manufactured outrage. These are real things that are going on right now. And as I've been fond of saying for the last 2 years, this is real tyranny. When you have local governments or state governments or the federal government banning books, that is real tyranny, not common sense and scientific-based health measures and precautions to help, spread the spread of deadly diseases. So just another. So I'm going to probably do more videos like this, where just pointing out just the crazy nature of the world that we're living in, and just how every day it seems that the craziness is being notched up a little bit more. So here, book bannings in 2022. Gosh, who saw that coming?